What's going on, guys? My name's Corrupt, and today I'm bringing you guys a Town Hall 11 bat spell guide here for you guys. We're showing the 3 best armies, as well as showing you guys the best ways to use it, giving you guys the best tips and tricks that you guys can use to get 3 stars with it almost every time. So the first one we're checking out is Falcon, and I'm going to be explaining the attack. You guys can see the replay, and necessarily the first rule that applies to the Falcon is Queen Walk. If you guys have seen my Town Hall 10 video on this, which is going to be in the cards, you guys can definitely take a learn from this attack. It's necessarily the same basic strategy. You want to set a funnel, a wide funnel, and then also use the king and a few of those wizards that you can see, those 3 wizards there, to basically set the funnel on the opposite side. This is generally your general army that you want to see. You want to bring at least 12 Valkyries or 11 Valkyries, mainly 12, because that'll fill up the rest of your army. Also, bringing 5 bowlers is also a really good idea. You want to make sure that you be careful though with where you start out when you do your Queen Walk, just because it can harm you depending on where you come in from, and you might not be able to get it. So just again, remember to be smart about where you place your heals, where you start Queen Walking, and when to pop your Queen's ability. Now, what you want to do next is send in the Wall Wrecker just to start breaking down compartments, and then sending in the bowlers and the Valkyries, as well as the Grand Warden. And I can see is that Dirk accidentally forgot to change his placement with the Grand Warden. However, you're going to see that you never really got a chance to. So usually you want to make sure that to not forget to put your Grand Warden on ground. It's a ground attack strategy. And we'll get more into the Grand Warden's ability later. However, the bat spell here is going to be able to take out the Eagle Artillery, and that's where you usually want to place it in terms of doing this attack. It's a very, very good idea, and I highly recommend you do that really just to get a lot of good value there for the bat spells. And necessarily, if you get rid of all the splash, you can start using it there as long as there's no splash near it. So bat spells are usually really, really good here with the Falcon to take out that key building there that could potentially even destroy the whole raid if you don't have Valkyries still up, or if you don't even have Loons still up, or even the Kyros. So definitely a very, very nice attack strategy, one that you guys should definitely learn. And if you're going to go to Town Hall 11, if you're going from 10 to 11, totally learn this attack, since it does still work in the current meta. Another strategy that you guys can use at Town Hall 11 is the Pekka Bobat. Now, with this time, Shepard here is going to give you guys an example of how to use the Grand Warden on ground and not necessarily on air, so then you guys can get the best aspect of using that Grand Warden's ability. Now, if you guys haven't seen this attack strategy, I have done a 12v12 Pekka Bobat video before as well. That is going to be right here as well in the cards. So necessarily, what is so different at Town Hall 11 with this? Well, Pekka Bobat is necessarily, obviously, bringing the Pekkas, bringing the mass bowlers, starting with a Queen Walk, like you typically do, and necessarily wrecking through the base with the Pekkas and the bowlers side and side. Now, you also have the bat spell portion. And why is that important? Well, you are just allowing your army to flow through the base, and then you're going to send in the bat spells on the back end of the base. You're bringing 7 bat spells. You shouldn't necessarily need to worry about like where you're going to place it. Just remember, place your freeze and then place the bat spells, because usually that will give you more value, and also a wizard tower won't take it out. Popping the Grand Warden's ability is also a really good thing, because you want to make sure it's in an area that is, for instance, like a Tesla farm or an Inferno Tower, or necessarily the Tornado Trap. And what you want to do with the bat spells now is really just send them in with that freeze to take out the splash, and once all splash has been taken out, there's really nothing else that can really hurt the bat spells here, or those bats, just because they are just too quick, do too much damage, and there's so many of them that they're basically just going to finish off the rest of the base for you. And it's just really, really good for a 1-slot spell, bringing in 7 of them. Now remember, with this attack, you want to bring 3 Pekkas with it, as well as just the rest of it being bowlers, whatever you can fit. You guys saw the army composition at the beginning of this replay. However, it is definitely a very good example and definitely a very good strategy, since it works. It works at Town Hall 11 and 12. It is just probably one of the best strategies at Town Hall 11 to use without using dragons. So maybe sometimes you don't always want to use dragons. Well, you guys have these 2 different options, and we've got one more with dragons, obviously. But we saw these 2 attack strategies that really do well with the bat spells. So what is the one strategy that started this off? Well, that, my friends, is going to be this attack. Why is this attack? This is the one that started it all. Well, it's the drag bat. What do you expect? It is the one strategy that really started the bat spell meta. And necessarily what you really want to do with this attack is do it like any mass dragon attack, setting a funnel on both sides without the queen using a queen walk. Even though you can't do that, just use a Sui hero on both sides and basically just then start sending in your dragons. I mean, that's it. That's all you have to do. That's how simple this attack strategy is. And then using the bat spells during the raid. I've seen it a lot where people will place them before the raid, and that actually might not get that much value, but usually it's a really good idea to necessarily use it in an area where you can definitely get a lot of value during the raid. Popping the Grand Warden's ability with the drag bat here is usually a really good option, since necessarily you want to make sure that they don't die. Those dragons are your big portion, as well as the loons as well. You can see a lot of these dragons here have been taken out. So how is he going to be able to, how is Matt here going to be able to get through it? Well, freeze, bat spell, rage, that's it. Game over. That is done for this base on the back end. That's it. That's all he has to do. As long as he has those dragons there tanking for the wizard tower, as long as you have really anything tanking for the wizard tower, you'll be good. And everything is just going to go down. So that is the reason why the bat spells here are just extremely strong, especially with dragons, especially with queen walks and Valkyries and Pekkas and bowlers. So you guys can definitely tell that there are so many strategies that you guys can use here at Town Hall 11. Hopefully this video served you well, and hopefully that you guys will share this with your clanmates so that you guys can basically dominate wars at Town Hall 11. Even though these bases were definitely a little bit higher level than you typically see in random spins, these are still really good tips I can give you guys so that you guys can definitely do well in your random spins, regardless of what it is or what your clan size is. As long as you're at Town Hall 11, you're good. So there you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, then why not leave a like and subscribe for more of my content. Don't forget to share this video with your clanmates, with your friends. And if you guys want to hit me up on social media, my links are going to be in the description below. If you want to join the family, the link to the Discord is also in the description below. And you can see all the codes, and my handle is on the screen right there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and learn something, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt, signing out.